I assume everybody can hear me. Everybody's okay in the back. Thank you all for coming this morning and for taking the time out of your busy schedules for being here. My name is Nathan Lawrence. I'm the president of the Northwestern Ontario Associated Chambers of Commerce. And also in attendance this morning from the NOACC executive, we have Barry Stride, senior executive, hanging out at the back, and Charlotte Robinson, our chief operating officer, also hanging out at the back. In 2013, the City of Thunder Bay, Fort William First Nation, and the Thunder Bay Community Economic Development Corporation released a mining readiness strategy to address and strategically plan for growth in Thunder Bay and the Northwestern Ontario region. One of 45 recommendations, the mining readiness strategy identified the need to develop mining supply chain industrial clusters, suggested pursuit of a Northwestern Ontario Mining Services and Supply Association. NOACC has worked closely with the CEDC in developing the scope of work for a pre-feasibility study to review the idea of a mining services and supply association for Northwestern Ontario. NOACC received financial support from FedNor to undertake the pre-feasibility study and engaged Krupe Consulting Group to do the analysis on our behalf. Today, we are pleased to release the results of the study and announce the next steps that NOACC will take on this project. Today, we are pleased to, the report examines market technical, operational, financial, and overall feasibility of creating a self-sustaining mining supply and services association for the Northwest. 4 options were developed and reviewed throughout the process. NOACC to develop a sub-association, create an independent association, encourage membership with the Sudbury Area Mining Supply and Services Association to extend their services to the Northwest, and do not form an association. As the study progressed, a 5th option was added for consideration. That was to create an activity-based subcommittee that administers mining-related activities and events for Northwestern Ontario. A survey was distributed to a target audience for a mining supply and services association. Survey participants indicated an interest in joining an association and that there is a need for educational activities, networking, and marketing in this area. They also indicated that the Sudbury Association did not represent Northern Ontario as a whole, which made it unappealing for their involvement. Financial analysis of the cost to develop an independent association showed that a reasonable membership would not be sufficient to cover annual operating expenses. From this, we determined that forming an independent association is not financially feasible and would be a high-risk undertaking. The development of a sub-association with limited staffing and shared overhead with NOACC would reduce operational costs. However, membership fees would still be required to cover increased administration and operational costs for this model for a period of time until an independent association could be established in a few years. This was determined to be a moderate risk undertaking and projected to be a break-even proposition. The 5th option, which is a project-based model, requires no membership fees, but only participation fees for events and activities undertaken. As there are no additional fixed costs, this will allow NOACC to keep event registration fees to a minimum while providing value and needed educational and networking activities that will help bring together a cluster of mining, supply, and services businesses. This option is seen as a low-risk opportunity that can be used to advance the possible future development of a mining supply and services association, but with a focus on projects that enhance cluster development and growth in the mining supply and services sector. Upon review of the 5 options, the NOACC executive has decided to proceed with the project-based model. We have formed a committee of interested parties to guide the development of events and activities throughout the year. I'm very pleased to announce this morning that the first such mining supply and services event will be held as part of Prosperity Northwest on September 24th at Valhalla Inn. NOACC is proud to host a Mining Procurement Power Hour that will feature presentations by representatives of New Gold in Rainy River and Rubicon in Red Lake. Both these mines are currently in construction phase and are actively searching for suppliers. The Mining Procurement Power Hour will allow New Gold and Rubicon to outline their projects, as well as timelines for purchases and the procurement process that are so important to our potential supplier businesses. Following the presentation, registered suppliers will be assigned a 10-minute one-on-one interview with each mine representative to make a pitch about their products and services. Interview time slots will be assigned on a first-come, first-served basis through event registration at www.tbchamber.ca/prosperity. My personal thanks to Nancy Milani, Prosperity Northwest show manager, for being so agreeable to include our activities in her event. And NOACC would like to thank FedNor, and particularly Mike Beliveau, for financial support of this study, as well as continued assistance in moving forward with the development of the events and activities. We would also like to thank Frank Krupe, Indira Singh, and Laura Craig at Krupe Consulting Group for their excellent work in research and the preparation of the pre-feasibility study. Our sincere appreciation to John Mason and Justin Scott from the CEDC for their invaluable advice and assistance throughout the process. I know that we will continue to work closely with you in the months ahead. And finally, thank you to the individuals who have volunteered to assist on our Mining, Supply and Services Subcommittee. Rosalind Lockyer of Perro, Catherine Gagnon at Quadra Chemicals, Barbara Kortolinsky from North Star Drilling, Oliver Koski from CEMI, Ken Michaud from the Drafting Clinic, Rob Bell from Dingwells, Vicki Blanchard from Sioux Lookout, Dean Kowalchuk from CAM Industries, Lars Hurley from Rio Tinto, Christine Huey from the Sioux Lookout Chamber of Commerce, Jennifer Findlay from the Lake of the Woods Development Commission, Paul Inksetter from the CEDC, Annalie Armstrong from the Fort Francis Chamber of Commerce, Scott Thompson from Gescan, and Florence Bailey, President of Sioux Lookout Chamber of Commerce. These folks will guide our efforts to provide educational and networking events as we work to enhance cluster development and growth of the mining, supply, and services sector across the Northwest region. Thank you again for attending today, and we look forward to seeing everybody at our upcoming Mining Procurement Power Hour as part of Prosperity Northwest on September 24th. Thank you.